Hello, 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 everyone. I hope your Monday is going well. Yeah, it's definitely been an eventful weekend to say the least here. And yeah, we're looking at the clock here, got the countdown going on before we head out to good old Viva Las Vegas. I hope everyone is, for those that are going, I hope that you are gearing up and getting ready and your flights are on time. I think this, it's the world we're living in now that it seems like your flight gets changed like 15 times. You're like, okay, yeah, that's just a. So I booked it was I think it was this flight that was changed. Believe like 3 times, and it's just the world they're living in now. So yeah, hope that everyone travels safely. If you're already out there for driving cells, hope you're having a great time. Travel back safely. And I'm excited to see everyone. Like I am super super stoked. As anyone that's followed thus far knows, I was so excited to be at a SodaCon and then this, if you're watching, this whole thing happened here. So you can see the glare on my head still as we're still doing it. That we're now it was September 6th that I first went to the doctor. So we're over a month still dealing with that. So I'm super, super stoked. I saw Ashley from Walzer posted something that she's not going to be there. My heart just went out to you, Ashley. I was like, oh, I've so been there when you're like, so the day before, the night before, you just find out that you can't go. So, Ashley, I'm so sorry that you're not going to be there. My heart goes out to you, hon. Who's going there? Who's going to be there? I know a lot of people are going to be there. Please look me up. So excited to see everyone, man. It's been a minute since seeing everybody. It really has, and I'm really, really excited to be out there and to see people and to be able to interact with people. So very, very excited about that. So yeah, very, very stoked to interact with human beings. Like it's one thing to do this and chat with people and have phone calls and even webinars and Zooms and FaceTime and insert any type of video interaction, but it's a whole different ball game when you can actually interact with people. So very, very excited about that. But before we get into Viva Las Vegas and the whole coolness of April Simmons heading up and having the coolness of launching leaders, and I'm so excited to get into that and see everyone that when we did that on, I think it was like I don't even know what the days kind of just meshed together at this point, but and there's like 30, 40 people on that call, on that Zoom call. So excited to see all of them and to see them in person and talk with them and just it's the incredible females that are taking over this industry and watching them grow and prosper. And the veterans that have been there that have all just, joined hands and said, okay, let's do this. So I'm so, so, so excited about that. I want to get into just, wow, Tom Kline. Holy shnikes. Wow, just Tom, I cannot thank you enough. As we prefaced the show last Friday, was I have done a few GLB shows, and I said, okay, how can I make this different? How can I still bring value? How am I not going to be repeating the same thing over? And that was a little bit of a challenge because I go, man, I just don't want this to fall on deaf ears. And it definitely did, which I love that by the feedback I was getting, the feedback that Tom was getting. And I just so appreciate, Tom, your expertise in the matter because that's what did it. It was you're bringing a different side of it. And I know we had done a couple episodes and just saying once again that there needs to be a louder megaphone and a louder microphone. And that's definitely what you brought. It was just once again shining some light on topics that maybe not a lot of people are talking about. And so just thank you for that. I mean, and the week prior, Paul, you did a great job with bringing on so many great people onto your show. So once again, just getting more and more people talking about some of these much, much needed topics. So what was your everyone out there? What was your biggest takeaway? What was your like aha moment or hey, wait, I didn't know that. Whether maybe you didn't know about the ADF portion. Maybe you did know about it. Maybe you didn't know that, oh man, I'm going to need multiple different people coming together to make our people, our industry, our business 100% compliant. I love that there were a lot of like quotable moments in that whole session. One of the things that just stuck out to me on top of there's so many of them, but I love the part where this is how like I watch these shows and listen to these shows so many times. Like I know the exact moment. It was like, okay, minute 23 and 53 seconds. It's like that. It's just stuck in my head. Or as you know, he'll Tom goes into businesses and they're like, oh yeah, we're compliant. He's like, yeah, no, okay, sure you are. As you just left out a stip or you left out a paycheck or you left out a social security number somewhere. And if you're not inspecting it, this is my words now. If you're not expecting what you expect and you're not looking and saying you're not holding people accountable, then you really are not. So it doesn't matter what you do. If you're not going through and then looking back and say, we're going to hold these people accountable, you don't have anybody compliance wise. And you don't have a compliance, even if you say, oh, we have a compliance manager, but are you actually following up with what you say you're going to do? I absolutely love that portion of it. And Tom, I just completely put that in my own words. That was not quotable, but I will have that up later on, I'm sure. But I love that portion of it where it was, you can say you're going to do all these things. And the GLB can say and force this stuff down your throat, or if it's the OEM, or if it's whatever it may be. I don't care what industry, if it's our industry or someone else, is someone can tell you to do a lot of different things. But if you don't follow up on it, then you don't have a compliancy section, a compliancy manager, a compliancy area. So I really, really love that on top of all the other things we discussed at the end of all the main bullet point of all this, if you're not following up on all the different things you're supposed to be doing, you're not doing it. So I love that portion of it. We talked about so many different things. In the notes, as always, there's going to be the YouTube. It's up on YouTube already. That was probably the fastest turnaround on YouTube I think I've ever done. So yeah, that was thank you all my graphics teams on that. It's up on Apple. It's up on Spotify. Anywhere you get your YouTube. It's a Monday, and I have not slept a whole lot, so that would be. It's up on anywhere you get your podcast. So check it out. Go back and watch it. If you, I always say at the end of it, if you're listening on podcasts, hey, if you know anyone that can benefit from this, someone will benefit from this episode. I guarantee you. Send it on, forward it on to your GSM, your owner. Someone will benefit from that episode. I guarantee you, because as Tom and I said so many times, and we've been saying this as we went back and looked since he and I have been talking about this since the first year. Someone will benefit from that episode. So with that, I know people are zooming away, flying away, trying to catch a cab or catch a ride to the airport, or some people are lucky enough to be able to drive to Vegas. I'm not one of them. So travel safely, everyone. I'm so excited to see you all. Definitely hit me up if you all are there. I'd love to see everyone. I'm so excited to finally make it to a conference. And now, like I said, we're in full conference soon. I think the next one after this is the MRC conference out in West Palm. I actually just booked my flight to that. So very much looking forward to getting out to warmer weather. We're now getting into the colder weather out here. So very, very excited. Like I said, so excited to see you all, and everyone travel safely. And Tom, once again, thank you. Thank you so much for being a part of the show on Friday, and just your knowledge, dude. Like, absolutely amazing on everything from GLBA to even the last things you said about tone, taking tone out of things you do. So everyone have a wonderful rest of your day, and we will see you all in Vegas. And we're going to be doing as much as possible, bringing in live shows as much as we can, talking to just incredible people out in Vegas. And then, yeah, everyone, we'll see you, I'm sure, multiple times this week. Everyone have a wonderful rest of your day. All right, we'll talk to you soon.